Hello. Today we're going to work a few tricks with sentence length and sentence structure in order to boost the quality of our imaginative writing. That, of course, will show the examiner that we are crafting our responses rather than just falling into that trap of frantically flinging words at a page in a desperate endeavour to churn out content. Now, frankly, the paragraph I've knocked out for today could respond to a number of tasks or exam questions, but we'll go with this one today. Imagine a time when you or someone you know experienced a strong emotion. Now, the hero of our little tale, as you'll see, his overriding emotion is anger, proper molten lava fury, manifesting itself in crunching kicks and grinding punches. So, as I say, I'll be using sentence structure to create certain effects, certain impressions on the reader in this narrative. And here is my mini masterpiece, which I'll read first before we drill down into how sentence structure is creating certain effects. That did it. With a psychotic roar, Alf swung his fist into Dave's face, sending Dave tumbling to the ground. Swivelling round, Alf was just in time to dodge Brad's kick, the size 10 boot whistling past his ear. Crunch! Alf slammed a punch into Brad's nose, which sent the poor boy sinking to the ground with an explosion of blood plastered across his face. Now, granted, that's quite racy, that's quite PG-13. You'll notice, though, that there's no shootings, shankings or knifings. You know, it's not 18 certificate. I don't want to be alienating the examiner with inappropriate content. So what we'll do now is look at how short sentences and longer sentences are tailored to create certain impressions on the reader. Let's look at this first line. With a psychotic roar, Alf swung his fist into Dave's face, sending Dave tumbling to the ground. Well, a bit like enjambment, one effect that complex sentences can have is to create a sense of pace. And if you're describing a fight, the pace that the complex sentence affords or facilitates captures the zesty energy of that fight quite well. So the pace of the sentence suits the pace of the fight, or reflects the pace of the fight. Also, you've got four things happening here. Or maybe it's three. I am, after all, an English teacher, not a maths teacher. You've got the roar, you've got the fist swinging in his face, and you've got Dave going bum over front as he falls to the ground. So the other advantage of a complex sentence is it captures the idea of a couple of things happening either at the same time or in quick succession, you know, one after t'other after t'other. And you can see the same trick, the same dodge worked in that second sentence as well. The pace afforded by the complex sentence captures the pace of the movement and that idea of several things happening pretty much all at once. At t'other end of the sentence spectrum, you've got short sentences, that did it, or even fragments of sentences, crunch, that one-word sentence. Now, one effect, one easy win from a short sentence, it can capture a short, sharp, quick, jarring thought or action or feeling. That did it. We get a sense that this guy's patience broke pretty quickly. Crunch, we get the idea of a short, sharp punch delivered to Milado's face. So, short sentences can reflect or suit the sense that something happens very quickly, that real sense of one thing happening with great haste. Oh, yeah. Avoid this trap. I see it all the time. In fact, if I had a biscuit for every time I saw this, I'd be the fattest man in West London. It looks amazing when we read it first. Writhing on the ground, blood pooling around his burst nose. Great vocabulary. Writhing, capturing that agonised movement of the Johnny on the ground, the pool around his burst nose, that vivid depiction of this guy's mangled schnoz. I mean, this is a canvas of carnage right there. Very well articulated, but it's not a proper sentence. Too many ing words. In plain English, the main action of a sentence can't be an ing word. So the second I change pooling to pooled, past tense, or pools, present tense, suddenly that becomes a very attractive offering, a very potent and engaging sentence. Change it to past tense. Writing on the floor, blood pooled around his burst nose. That now makes sense as a sentence, does justice to that high level vocabulary permeating the sentence. Similarly here, this doesn't make sense at the moment until I change yelling to either yells or yells. We'll do it present tense here, just going to do it past tense there. So just a quick finger wagging warning, try and avoid falling into that trap, too many ing words. Of course, if capturing blood and guts and brawls isn't your thing, complex sentences can capture the pace, the haste, the speed of a number of situations, can't they? Chases, races, or in this case, some sort of bike ride. You've got this little BMXer here, whizzing down a hill, jumping over a river. As I say, the pace that the complex sentence affords captures or mirrors or reflects the fluent speed of the bike. Also the idea that a couple of things are happening in quick succession. And again, if you're a fan of cheap B movies like me, you could craft a sentence or a paragraph like this. I've mixed and matched short sentences and long sentences again. Still he came. Remember I talked about a short sentence to capture a short, jarring feeling or thought. The shock that this bloke is still after me, nicely, zestily captured in that short sentence there. And then I've got a longer sentence to capture the idea of this weapon-wielding wackaloon coming towards me pretty damn quickly. So, moral of the story, we can tailor our sentence structures to create certain effects on the reader. Complex sentences can be used to create a sense of pace, or the idea of things happening in quick succession, one after t'other after t'other. The short sentence, of course, can capture a jarring, quick thought, feeling or deed. There we are. I'm all done with my yakety yak. I've been Mr. Taylor. Good luck to you.